This is a tarot card reading for the zodiac sign Pisces for the month March 2021. I start with the past and then I will talk about what situations you're in at present, and then I tell you what the cards give us for the future. This is a general reading, so please only take what resonates, and please like and subscribe or leave a comment if you like. Starting with the past, I can see that you had really a lot of stress. I think it was in several situations. Maybe there was you were with somebody maybe something happened to you that was dishonest, or there was some dishonesty maybe in your life. Something that caused you to really have a strong opinion about love and how you see love and being with another person. I can see that has been really like, also a feeling of not being able to go anywhere, feeling restricted, feeling that you want to be free, you want to explore, and you don't want to be in a committed relationship. I think you really had maybe some psychological problems before, long time ago, and you really wanted to become independent and really really take care of yourself. But this card is saying you're coming out of that, so you're doing well, and you have become really a very independent person, and I can see that from the Nine of Pentacles. But because it lays next to the Queen of Cups reversed, I think something has happened here that made you really not trust relationships, or not wanting to be like someone, maybe to take on a role of living in traditions or something like that. You didn't want that. You wanted to be independent and to work on yourself, to become the person who you are now. And I think it wasn't easy to get there. I think you couldn't really see how you would come to to become a person. I think you didn't know who you were. I think you were looking for yourself of how can I become independent, and how can I become this person. Maybe you didn't find yourself good looking either, or maybe you compared yourself with somebody else, and you wished for this kind of independence, knowing who you are, being strong, and have a good life for yourself. And I can see that you were like you had this kind of wishes or dreams or something that you wanted. I think you wanted to have this self-control, knowing what you want, just doing what you want, and be on your own really, or like doing the things that you love doing, and just find yourself and be yourself. For very few people of you, this means this is in a relationship with somebody who's drinking, or maybe you are drinking too much. It also lays next to the Ace of Cups, but also with the Queen of Cups reversed. It can be that this has to do with somebody drinking. That's for very few of you. And so that was maybe a problem in the past. I think there was some problem with getting started, finding yourself, what kind of person you were, finding your own creativity, and what you wanted to do in life. I think it was really some kind of crisis. And you have this card, love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. I don't think that it was not a problem. I don't think that you were looking for a person to be with. I think you were single for maybe a longer time, but I don't think that was something that you were really, maybe you wanted love in your life, maybe you wanted to be with someone, but you didn't want to be tied to someone. You didn't want, I think you felt restricted. in a love relationship, or I think that you really wanted to be on your own, but I think you maybe were open for if somebody would come in your life, then that would be fine, but you wouldn't be dependent on it. You have the reverse strength card, so I think that maybe yeah, you have an experience in the past where people took over control of your life. I think that is why you are like this. You really need your freedom, because I think that you feel that people restricted you in the past, or maybe that you were too emotionally connected to them, so that you overdid it, that you went over your boundaries with this person. And I think you are looking back for your strength, for yourself, to really become this person, and to see what you want, and see how you can make a life for yourself independently. You have the Page of Wands, so I think that there is some kind of project, something that you wanted, something that you wished for in the past, that yeah, you planted seeds for, something you have learned or done in the past that is growing. And I think you don't know yet where it is growing, but you really want it to grow to something where you can be yourself, where you're very aligned with yourself, and that you can just really, well, I think the biggest thing for you is to feel free, and to be, yeah, to be who you really want to be. And in the near future, you have this Queen of Cups reversed. I think that there was somebody in your life who really, yeah, who you really liked, and they liked you. And I think it was something special. You did feel something for them, but I think that you felt restricted with the idea of the traditions of this person. Maybe was very routine, maybe they wanted to get married. It can also be that this person was already married, and that is why you felt restricted, or that is why you were like, you didn't want to make a mistake with it, or you didn't want to go into this world. Or maybe they were like, they had a too strong opinion, and it made you feel insecure. You were insecure with this in relationship to the Hierophant. Something was maybe too defined. Maybe it can also be for very few of you that this was like an arranged marriage, or something that you were supposed to do and you didn't want to do because you wanted your freedom. You didn't want other people to decide for you how you had to live your life, or be restricted or tied down. I can feel that throughout this reading. You really like to have your freedom. And you have this picture in your mind, I believe, that in a relationship you will feel restricted. You can't have yeah, I think you feel that you can't have a relationship if you are married, or if you follow the traditions. You can't be happy like that. You have the Ace of Cups. So this is something that suddenly comes on your path. It is offered to you by the universe, and it comes next to the Wish card. I think the universe is deciding for you that this was meant to be, to come on your path and offer these emotions, offer this love to you. And so it's like a challenge. See what you do with it, because I think it came by surprise that you really like this person. And yeah, you are taken by surprise. I think it was a lot quicker than you expected something like that to happen. You didn't expect this person to come in your life. Suddenly they were there, and you were not prepared for it. You were not ready for it, because you had these ideas of the Hierophant. You still have those ideas. I think you're struggling with this because this person is really somebody who you very much like, somebody who you really think yeah, if there is anybody that you would be with, it would be yeah, a person like that, somebody who is not afraid of just taking a challenge, doing not um, um, living the rules maybe as you expect it to be. But I can see throughout this reading that there is something. This person is also different than you expected. This card is saying keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Maybe it is suddenly that this person comes from keeps certain traditions, maybe comes from a different culture, maybe it is something that you didn't want to do in the past because of the restrictions, and suddenly you feel open to this because this person is something much more that comes close to who you would like to be with. So you're really, I think you're in between, like, shall I do this, shall I not go into this, because it's not doing what I wanted in the past, and you wanted to get stronger, and you wanted to get independent, and you wanted to become like this, the Queen of Wands, who is really like, yeah, a happy person, somebody who enjoys life, is joyful, is maybe also a bit flirty, or they are free to do whatever they want with whoever they want, and they enjoy themselves like that. So I think that you really don't want to yeah, be in a relationship, be in a marriage or something that is defined, because you're afraid that you're going to be tied down. And you, I think you can't do it yet, because I think you're really, yeah, really learning to say no as well. So I think maybe in the past you did what was expected from you, or maybe you did a very long time ago. You lived as was what was expected from you. You didn't want that anymore. Somehow something happened in your life that you really didn't want to yeah, to have that same feeling, to be in a marriage or be in a committed relationship. Something scared you here, I think. Maybe somebody too dominant, somebody that has too many traditional rules or something like that. You didn't want it anymore. So I think that you now are saying no to this. Even if this person is really like a gift from the universe, I think at present you can't accept it. You can't accept this offer for the reasons that you are not ready for it, to have a committed relationship. I don't know what happened in the past, but something so strong must have happened in the past that you really don't want this anymore. But of course, yeah, it is sometimes it is just a fear that stops you from having something good. So let's see about the future. You have the Fool, so I can see from that as well that you are changing something in your life rapidly. And I think that is you're going to take a risk. You're going to take a leap of faith, and you're going to do that quickly. But I don't think it is with this person. I think you go away from this person. You go away from the traditions, and you are going to take your freedom. And in the near future, you really almost do it like you have to do that. You have to cut this. You have to cut this feeling that you have here out of your life, because you really made that kind of as if it was a promise for yourself that you were just going to be free for a long time, or that you were just going to do whatever you wanted. And I think you feel that you can't do that if you decide to stay with this person or follow the traditions after all. I don't know if this makes sense for somebody. I think it is quite a specific reading, but Yeah, so I think in the near future you're going to do this. Yeah, you have the Knight of Swords, so this is like quick action, something that you are going to do. I think not only going away from this love or from a new beginning or something, you don't start even a new beginning. I think you're going to move away. Maybe you're even going to travel, but I think that you are going to yeah, just really decide that you just leave this behind you, leave that person. You just have to go for something that you wanted, that you promised yourself, that you worked on here. You want to work out your ideas, and I think you're going to focus on that. So, and that is going to be like quick action, something that you decide to do. You're going to do that, and you can't just be like in this committed relationship or following traditions that are expected from you. Now in the further future, you have your project here and it lays next to the reversed Fool. So it's like you're looking at it again, you're looking at your project that you started here, and you look at your project again. Yeah, what is the progress, where is it going, and maybe that you yeah, you see how quick this has all started, how quick your decision was, and you're also looking at what maybe you feel that this decision was only to get away from this feeling, to keep to yourself, to your promise. You took that freedom, and I think that you come to a point where you say, yeah, what now then? Now I have my project, and now yeah, I went really quickly away from this what I had, but yeah, I think you really come to the Hermit where it is like, okay, this is something inside of myself. I need to look inside, need to take the time and reflect on myself, on my own behavior, because this shines a light on this action that you took. It shines a light on things going too quickly, having to make some kind of decision, or having met somebody suddenly that made you change your mind, or that you didn't know anymore what you wanted from this. And I think you jumped into this yeah, maybe work or new project or something, and I think that you are now in the future you're going to take the time to see what it is seriously with this person, but also with this work, and what you can do, yeah, to really have your wishes fulfilled, and that it doesn't only become some kind of action so that you have made some rules that you can't change anymore. So you restrict yourself again, like you did in the past, so that it doesn't become a second restriction just because you wanted to be free, if you know what I mean. So, because I think that you are going to think back of this person, and I think that you feel that you need more with this person, because I think you feel that they were somehow meant to be in your life. In the further future, yeah, you do have the Five of Pentacles. So that comes also with the same worries. Worries from the past, worries that you are going to be abandoned. Maybe that was in the first place the idea. If you wouldn't be involved in a relationship, you would never be abandoned. I think you had really hurt from the past that you really, with the Hermit, you need to deal with. Something that yeah, you were afraid maybe that somebody was going to leave you. Maybe somebody has left you in the past, that you felt like this, lonely, that you felt like you couldn't move anymore, that you were so sad, and that you really didn't know anymore, that you hit the bottom. Now this is also something that maybe for very few of you who were drinking or had somebody drinking in their life, and they are confronted with that, and they don't want to feel like this anymore. So in the future you're going to have this confrontation, maybe of something that happened far in the past, but you're going to do really well because you're going to deal with it. You're going to deal with it. This is not saying you're going back in this situation. It tells you, it lays next to the 10 of Wands, it tells you it's going to be better. It's going to be lighter, and partly is the reason why it will get better is because you have the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Swords cuts everything out that you don't need, cuts also the nonsense out that you have, maybe your self-restrictions, maybe these quick actions of getting out of certain situations, maybe escapes even. This is going to be cutting out your worries, and makes you have a clear mind about what you want, because it lays next to the Hermit. You're going to know what to do and what you want, and who you're going to accept in your life, and how you want to move on with your life. So I think that's really a beautiful card to have. And then you have this card: stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Okay, well Pisces, this is what I have for you for the month March 2021. Thank you very much for watching my video, and see you next time.